All right, so I have a hornet's nest, as you can see up in the peak there. Again, those are bald-faced hornets. And I'm gonna guess that's about, not quite 30 feet, but pretty close. I'm gonna guess it's 28 feet or so. My scraper pole, which will go about 24 feet, will just barely not reach it. But my dust stick will. So, we're going to use my new dust stick with 4 extensions, which I don't like using, because the more extensions you put on, the less oomph you get when you pump the dust through, or you pump the air through to push the dust. So I don't like using a lot of the extensions, but in this scenario, we're gonna have to. And if all else fails, I'll power spray it. My power sprayer can reach that no problem. I'll just saturate it, blow the nest apart. We can remove it that way, but I think I can do it with the dust. All right, I have my dust stick laid out here. So I've got all 4 extensions on with my dust there at the end. And again, on the dust we use, it's a desiccant, so once it gets wet, it becomes inert and will just wash away, so you don't have any long-lasting residue or anything like that. So this measures almost 20 feet, right around 20 feet. And then I'm going to stand on some steps and reach up there. All right, suited up, gloves. So you'll see the top of that bee stick that I raise up there, and hopefully I have enough air to be able to pump. You'll probably hear that clicking that I can disperse into that nest. We'll let that dust disperse through the nest and kind of get through there. They'll come back, figure out what's going on, and they'll track it for us. And then I will probably work on cracking it open as well and leaving that exposed and leaving some dust there to help deter them from rebuilding and for sure kill the rest of that nest off. So as you can see, I've successfully dusted that nest. I've cracked it open a little, but not as much as I'm going to. What I'm doing is I'm letting that dust sort of do its thing, and as the workers kind of come out and figure out what's going on, because their nest has been disturbed, they've triggered the alarm bell, and they're trying to figure out, okay, who do I sting? What's going on? Who's the threat to the nest? And they're flying around not finding anything, but in the meantime, they're also getting that dust on them, and they're kind of panicking, and many of them have already flown off. And so I will let them settle down a bit here, and then I will scrape what I can off the top of that. And then again, I will leave a little bit of dust on the top there to deter any of the workers that are out foraging right now. When they come back, they'll be forced to interact with that dust, get that on them, and it will kill them as well, and so they won't be able to rebuild this nest. One of the unfortunate things that happens is when they attach a nest like this to an eave or a soffit area, it is nearly impossible to get all of that residue off. This is a new construction home, and so I will try and scrape it as best as I can, but a lot of times it's just time, weather, rain, to wear that paper mache down. It's just wood, mashed up wood pulp that they use to put back on there and build that nest, and so it will just take time and rain, and naturally that residue will wear off, but again, I'll scrape and remove what I can. All right, now that they have settled down quite a bit, now I will use my dusting tool to go up there and really break it apart, really expose it, and then put a little bit of dust on there and we should be good to go. All right, so here we have our hornet nest remains. There's the outer shell here. You can see the different levels and striations of how they formed that nest, whatever pieces of wood they're chewing on and then regurgitating to build that. You can see some of the white streaks in there, so they've probably chewed on a white fence or something. And this is why you see wasps, hornets, and things like that around your decking. They're gonna chew up any of that wood that they can easily chew up off of there. So if it hasn't been treated or painted or sealed or anything, it's easy for them to mash that up, chew that up, and then regurgitate it back on to build a nest. And then obviously there's all the larvae inside there that you can see. They're still in there wiggling around, but this one's taken care of. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everybody. If you could please remember to like and subscribe. I'm going to continue making videos. I'm very passionate about pest control. I enjoy answering questions as well. So please remember to drop some comments, and I will keep the videos coming. Thank you.